Masculinity is being vilified. It's the title of this video, man. This comes from PBD and Valuetainment. Why Gen Z men are giving up on sex and relationships. Man, vilify these nuts. How about that? Well, that's the type of time bros need to be on, bro. Got to bring this shit back, dog. We can't allow anyone, any entity, or anybody out here to attempt to demonize, attack, or vilify masculinity, man. Like, attacking masculinity is an oxymoron. Masculinity can't be attacked. It's impenetrable when done right. It's easy to attack masculinity when all these little boys out here are not masculine, bro. So we need the old heads, the unks in them, you know what I'm saying, the bros, the men being raised right, and the women out here that know what's up, you know what I'm saying, to empower the real shit. 'Cause that's the only way we're gonna fix any of this shit, bro, is have men being men again. All right, let's do it.
There is strong emerging evidence Gen Z is indeed less sexually active, dating less compared to previous generations.
Yes.
What's going on, guys?
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. But first, let me set it up and give you the deets. Okay, what's going on? So
can we go past can we go over?
We can if you can, Doc.
Yeah, I go over. Yeah.
So there have now been multiple studies indicating that young men. I'm talking about the ages
can we
when
do
they're
it
like
point by point as you're bringing these things up. Can I address them as you bring them up?
Sure.
So each of these things have layers to them.
They do.
Young
so
men.
I'm going to give
young
you
men first. Let's talk about them.
We're going to talk about young men first, and this has to do with their sexual activity.
Yes.
So
you need to define young so we can.
Yes, I am.
Good point.
So let me do it uninterrupted so I can get it out. Okay. So Indiana University, for instance, did a study, and they found in their study of men between the ages of 18 to 24. So we're talking about the time when they like really want to get it on, usually, right?
Yes.
Only one in 3 of them reported no sexual activity in the past year. 1 in 3.
Yeah.
So 1/3 of young men in that age group, no sex at all.
Yeah.
And I want to know why.
What's the comparison point? Like, what happened 20 years ago?
What was it?
Yeah, 20 years ago, what was the rate?
I don't know the comparison rate.
I promise it was higher 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior, the study is the first to include such a comprehensive assessment of diverse sexual behaviors. The information came from U.S. participants ages 14 to 49 during 2009.
14 to 49.
Yeah.
2009?
No, between 2009 and 2018. So this is a long-term study that they did.
So, and by the way, it's worse since COVID.
Yes.
COVID
Okay.
made it worse.
Yeah, completely.
Yes. So there have been other studies showing that this was even more pronounced after COVID.
What's the mechanism there?
Really, before you go,
Many.
doctor, can I just say one quick thing?
Please.
I blame feminism. Listen, Tinder just put out a height filter. What I can say about this
Girl,
dating
that is
market
not feminism.
is
Women hating on the short kings is not
but
feminism.
women believing that they should be empowered enough that they can create their own custom-built men, that they deserve everything, don't need to work for anything, whereas men, they need to build up their income, their body, their physique,
Their height.
their personal development. Apparently, that's the one thing they can't build up, right? This dating market is totally rigged for women, and I think that's why guys aren't getting laid.
But Benny Johnson said this to me, and then I'm going to stop talking because I definitely want to hear from Dr. Drew. But he's like, the world was a better place when men had a harder time seeing boobs, and I kind of wonder.
Okay,
But anyway, go.
my bad.
That's another layer to it. That their men are just okay.
Too much porn.
So let me just
that is my question.
Let me quickly clarify the study, okay? Because it wasn't a long-term study. My bad, I misread this. So they did the study in 2009, and then they did the same study in 2018. Yes. So to compare, and this is what they write. So they say, compared to adult participants in the 2009 survey, adults in the 2018 group were significantly more likely to report no penile vaginal intercourse in the prior year, the researchers found. Study participants were also significantly less likely to report engaging in any other sexual behaviors, such as oral sex or, other things.
Anything. Yeah.
All modes of past year partnered sex were reported by fewer in the 2018 cohort. So it is a growing problem.
Oh, yeah. And so we know birth rates are plummeting, right? So people are not forming pairs. They're not falling in love. They're not having sexual encounters. There's some data that shows that the apps are leaving a 5 or 10% zone of men that are having lots of sex, and they're the ones that are super users, and they're actually hurting people. They're hurting women. And women I hear a lot from women, where are the men? Where are all the men?
There's a term for that.
There's
They're
no
called
men.
fuckboys.
Well, you have
Literally,
vilified being a man. You have vilified it. I have been around the Gen Z and the millennials for quite some time. And what I saw was men fearful of being seen as toxic or trying to rape. They just withdrew. And if you, God help you, if you offer a girl a beer,
I'll take the beer.
I would too.
I'm a married
I have a friend
woman.
that got kicked out of 2 bars in New York for buying women drink. 2 different bars.
Are you serious?
It's considered predatory.
Wow.
So men are scared shitless. They don't know what to do. Then because they're withdrawing so much, they first of all don't feel worth. They're being told they're not worthwhile. They're particularly young white men are told they're bad, they're evil, they're the source of all problems. And they don't develop the skills necessary to
communicate.
date, to
Oh, that's so
communicate,
sad.
to determine what they want to do. And they turn to porn.
I was going to ask you
And
that.
the porn gives
Yeah.
them unrealistic expectations about
course.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
And they sort of take the position like, I'm fine, I got my porn, I'm fine. And for the first time, I did a show called After Dark for a few years over at your mom's house. And I started hearing about, from young men, something I had not heard all these decades talking to young men, the use of prostitutes. They were starting to turn to prostitutes
Wow.
because they had no other option.
Do
And
you
not only
think
that, but OnlyFans, because OnlyFans, especially in today's generation, young women are literally getting excited to turn 18 so they can create an
my God.
OnlyFans because
that breaks my
they are
heart.
seeing
Yeah.
other women out there portray this lifestyle. And you know why they're oftentimes portraying it? Because there are affiliate programs attached to OnlyFans where if you recruit other women, you make
like a
buck
pyramid scheme.
off of
No,
what
that's
they make.
terrible.
It's a pyramid scheme for
Where are
sex,
the
but
parents?
This is the
are the
prostitution
parents? I have the
aspect
answer
is becoming
to
more
that
and more
question.
normalized. And it's not just that. They're not only buying these women's pictures, but then their managers are messaging them, building parasocial relationships with these men.
The parasocial relationship thing, it's
sick.
huge.
Very
It's
damaging.
sick.
So Dr. Drew, one last question, because I hear you in regard to culture and how that's changed and how that impacts, relationships in America. I am also curious about the impact of social media and how increasingly people aren't actually meeting with their friends in real life,
Yes, all that.
communicating
All of it.
face to face. So when you don't
100%.
have that, there's like a difficulty in communicating when you're trying to.
Bro, you see how she just deflected and trying to take the attention away from the women. Bro, you're saying she don't want to eat that, man. It's not the feminist movement. Bro, it's social media. I mean, it's a spade. Social media has something to do with it, but not in regards of what she's saying. Well, let me see what the fuck she's saying.
Seduce someone into
All
a
of it
relationship.
speaks of no experience, no skill.
Right.
Yeah, social media is to blame because you're unable to lack social skills because you're not out there in the field, you know what I'm saying, meeting people on dates physically, which there's some truth to that, bro. But at the end of the day, social media makes it easy for everybody around the world to interact with each other. So regardless of you meeting them for the first time in person is irrelevant, bro, because all social media does, it just makes the problem worse. It ain't the source of the problem. It makes it worse, right? Yeah, that's fair. Social media prevents men from learning social skills or how to, approach a woman or swoon a woman or whatnot, because you don't need to no more. You don't need to. If you the 5-10% of men out here, top 5-10%, you don't need to woo no woman. You don't need to do nothing because you're getting all this moisture poured into you any fucking way. And social media makes the problem that much worse because it just facilitates that much more moisture to the top 5-10% and make the rest of the bros that much more invisible. Right? Because social media makes it all global, bro. Instead of going to Starbucks and meeting one of you, I can just swipe and meet 30 y'all at one time if I got the prerequisites. Social media has ruined dating, but as far as the lost man epidemic, bro, social media is a contributor, but it ain't the head honcho on this, bro. It's the feminist movement, it's the modern woman movement, it's the attack on masculinity, it's the education system, it's all that beating bros down. They don't even know what the fuck it is to be a man. They confused about how to move as men because we don't have the right representations of men out here guiding men the right way, single mother households, the blind leading the blind when you got women raising men to be bitches, all of that, bro. So the root of the problem is that men are fucked up. Because if you fix these men, it fixes all the problems. If you fix the men, it fixes all the problems. So for all the fellas out here that are struggling with this problem, man, first of all, you are well within your right to tell bitches to fuck off. Because I'm not about to place myself in a position because you on some bullshit. You mean you're going to try to accuse me of assault because I'm trying to buy you a beer? You going to accuse me of assault because I'm just trying to talk to you? It's been a minute since I've been in the field, bro. So the drastic change that I've noticed just from discussing how it is for my boys out in the field, bro, because it was only, 2025? It was only about, 7, 8 years ago when I was in these streets. You know what I mean? And it wasn't no problems. But at the same time, I'm talking to bros out here who were in the streets during that time and are forced to be out here right now because of situations. And it's fucked up out here for the bros that get moisture easy. I can't imagine how hard it is for bros out here who don't get no attention from women. So yeah, fuck these hoes. I ain't got time, right? But it can't be on some no hermit shit, some incel shit. It can't be on some negative animosity towards the world or women in general. What needs to happen is you just focus on yourself, empowering yourself to be more competitive as a man. Right? Get your mind right, get your money right, get your body right, get your confidence right, where it don't matter what the fuck these slurs say. Right? The slurs are the ones that's ignoring you, bro. Because please believe, there are a bunch of women out here that would gladly take advantage of a man that has done the work and that is ready to be that man for that woman. They're not going to be out here at the bars on these dating apps, bro. We got to figure out a way to make that connection of like-minded individuals easier. The woman that deserves to be wifed and the man that wants that type of woman in his life, that needs to be easy, bro. But the fix-all to this shit is just men building themselves up to feel worthy and feel confident and value themselves enough to not be discouraged by the bullshit. Once you get your affairs in order, get your house in order, and you have a direction to go, you found a purpose, bro, all that shit just naturally gravitates towards you. Don't be out here depending on hoes for validation. Don't be looking for them, and don't feel discouraged by the fact that you ain't getting no looks from women, bro, because the women out here looking for these certain types of men are not the fucking women you want any goddamn way. You want someone deserving of you, someone that's gonna respect you, someone that appreciates who you are, work you've done, and what you have to offer, and they out there, bro. They out there, dog. Don't let this shit cook you, man. It's gonna be work trying to minimize that beast, minimize that impulse. Being dry for months, hell, years at a time is a difficult task, especially when you got all these distractions out here just waiting for you to tap in and pull up videos and get your attention, get you off your game when you focused on going this way. Leave that shit alone. You know what I mean? I don't got no issues with bro out here that need to bust their nuts off and get escorts. Right? I don't have no qualms or quarrels with that. If you can't get none. I would definitely prefer that as opposed to you out here busting nuts on some voyeur shit to porn because you're rewiring your brain. Like, at least with an escort, you're actually getting physical intimacy, interaction. You know how to, work with a woman. Women know how to work with you. You can talk to the women and all that shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's the oldest profession in the book for a reason. Just stay away from the fucking porn and stay away from validating these slurs. And just look at these women for who they are. The ones that have been brainwashed the way they are. Look at them for who they are, bro. That's the ops. They're beneath you, right? They don't deserve you. They don't deserve someone that's going to put the work that you're going to put in to be the best version of yourself. Like, why would you give that type of man to a bitch out here that's unworthy of it, that's undeserving of it? You know what I'm saying? She'll pull up eventually, and then eventually these slurs are going to get it. They're going to understand it when that wall hit them in the face, and they'll be out here peeling back, looking for the ones they fucking rejected. Guess what? Now it's time for you to reject their ass and go find the ones you really want. Definitely get sick of hearing this lost man epidemic, bro. You know what I mean? It irritates me. That's why I go so hard in the paint, bro. Do my best to goddamn empower bros, fix this shit, make you understand who you are, the control you have, and the power you actually have, as opposed to feeling invisible and useless and like you just simply existing on this fucking earth. Nah. Nah, bro, you have it within you to get your shit together, to be out here feeling valued and worthy enough to go out here and crush life, period. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying, take one on the ride with you if she deserving of it. You feel me? With that, if what I'm saying resonate, man, please pull up to my online empowerment community, man, where this is the goal, this is the discussion, you know what I'm saying? This is the agenda, you know what I'm saying? Empowering men and women mentally, physically, financially, all that, bro, where we make life easier and not be discouraged by the bullshit going on, bro. All right? Peace.